Good evening. You know, I had the pleasure of being one of the few people around that had an opportunity to meet Joyce Lunsford early in my career. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about her because Joyce was a registered nurse. She worked up at Fairmont General Hospital in the OB department. And she believed that you should be able to provide quality care in her community and that you ought to have a secure future if you were working in a hospital. Joyce recognized early that the RNs were treated with disrespect and that workers all over the country were being treated with disrespect. Joyce was a dedicated leader at that chapter and fought to win and helped lead the first strike at Fairmont General Hospital in 1978 just to win their first contract. Over the next few contracts, the RNs at Fairmont became the highest paid RNs with the best benefits and the highest pay rates in all of West Virginia. They not only secured a good contract, but they secured a future for themselves as RNs at Fairmont General, but other RNs across the state had to keep pace. Other hospitals, they drove the wages and benefits up for every RN in the state of West Virginia. She became ill in 1986, but I remember her out on the strike line in her wheelchair when they were on strike in 1987. And she joined them, and she kept encouraging the workers that were out on strike to continue to fight, to organize. It was one of her favorite things to talk about was building the union, organizing, building RN power, building healthcare workers power, and becoming stronger voice in the eyes of the employers that they dealt with.
I take great personal pride in presenting this award as being a past recipient. But I first must digress from this script, which I often do, and just send a hearty shout out to Mary Jaworski. Girl, I told you you had it. I told you you had it. Like I said, I know what receiving this award means to the winner and have learned to understand that Joyce Lunsford really did embody the values of what it means to be a leader in our union. Even while dealing with great personal struggles, she rose to the challenge time and time again in support of workers across West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio. In the words of Mother Jones, we pray for the dead, but we fight like hell for the living. That same spirit of solidarity lives on the soul of tonight's recipient of the Joyce Lunsford Award. This person has demonstrated a lifelong commitment to helping others and working to improve the lives of each person she encounters. From echoes of protests on the steps of that state capitol where that man is in charge and we must get him out of there, working with some of our most vulnerable people, dedicating her energy to support working people to office, to fighting her own boss in her chapter. Tonight's winner has the heart and the roar of a lion. That's your part.
I think you should do that part.
Oh my goodness. It is truly an honor for me to present this award to a leader that I am proud to call my friend, but even more so, my sister. The Joyce Lunsford Award is presented to Sister Kay Bishop.
Yeah.
I say K, 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 K. Oh, watch out, y'all.
I really do appreciate this. I don't think people know what Joyce meant to me. She was someone who I got to know when I first started doing this stuff. And we had a choice between not having a union or joining West Virginia and Kentucky. And we didn't like each other at first. And Tom Woodruff said, either learn to like each other or you don't have a union. Simple to the point. But Joyce was one of these people who just said it the way it was. She fought the long, hard fight as a breast cancer survivor. Sometimes you want to know why you and not that person. But Joyce Lunsford was the one who showed me how to be an organizer and to stand up for working families. The main reason I stay in this union is because I believe that working people have a right to have a voice. If you don't have a voice, you don't have a right. So that's the main reason I stay in the nursing. I may limp, but I still kick ass.
All right.